Okay, here with the rubber duck again. Today we're going to go over dice combinations. Your task is to count the number of ways to construct sum n by throwing a dice one or more times. Each throw produces an outcome between 1 and 6. For example, for n equals to 3, there's 4 ways. 1 plus 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2, 2 plus 1 plus 3. Um, the only input line has an integer n. So print the number of ways modulo 10 to the 9th plus 7. Okay, so this question is a pretty classic DP question where basically you can just calculate whatever the thing plus um, the previous cases. Like for instance, the previous cases would be dpi is equal to dpi minus 1, I minus 2, I minus 3, so on and so forth until I minus 6. The reason for that is I can basically just roll that die and then just add that value on top to get what I need, right? So then as long as I calculate know the previous six, I know the next one. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I basically create IOs. I include the libraries IOStream, vector, and the classic using namespace std. Then I have my main inside my main function. I have my in. I input my in. I set up my m to be a constant, this number that they said. Then I have my vector, which is my dp, and I initialize all the n plus 1 values with value 0. And I also initialize dp0 to be 1. That's because there's only one way of not doing anything to get a 0, right? Because I just don't do anything and my sum is 0. So then I would just start iterating over all the from 1 to n. For each value of that, I just look previous 6, what are my previous 6? And I just double check for the first 6. Like I don't basically exceed the I don't go into the negative because those doesn't exist. So I just make sure that I have my if statement to catch that case. And my DPI would just be equal to my current thing plus the previous case modulo m. Pretty straightforward. Then in the end, after all the for loops, then I just output my um, number at the nth location, which should be the number of ways to produce that sum. I say this problem is relatively straightforward. The minute you kind of see that it's a DP question and you can break down n is equal to the sixth row die and then summed together a number of ways, I think it's just definitely solvable. Okay, let's end it off here.